Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So I think this might be my first ever macrame coaster video on YouTube. I have one on Skillshare for round coasters, but I've had this idea in my mind for quite a while now to do this like diamond checkerboard pattern. So I really hope you enjoy this macrame coaster. I also think it looks really cute. It's a plant on top. So you'll need a wooden dowel or just something round to put the cords onto. This isn't going to be final, so you can also use the inside of a macrame cord. You need 2 lots of 20cm lengths of cord, 12 lots of 150cm lengths of cord. I'm using some 3mm 3-ply macrame cord, which I'll have linked in the description box. You need some scissors, a wire brush or comb. This is optional if you wanted to comb out the fringe on the ends. I'll have one similar linked in the description box. So take one of your lengths of 150cm and your dowel, split the cord in half. Place the cord over the dowel like this, and then we're going to just pass the 2 cords through the loop there. So this is a lark's head knot, so it's a very good knot to know in macrame, as it's the knot that you use pretty much to attach macrame to anything like a branch or a dowel. So we're just going to continue doing this for all of our 12 150cm lengths. So now that they're all attached, we can go ahead and grab one of our 20cm lengths of cord. We're going to do a row of double clove hitch knots. So I'm just laying it on top of the cords, bringing the first cord up and over like this. Then it's going to come from behind down towards the left. And I'm just pulling that to tighten it to the top. And then we're going to bring that cord up and over again, just like this. And then from behind it's going to come through this loop here. So this first knot is always the most difficult knot to get the cord onto your work, because I just find it so tricky to pull it because nothing's attached. So now that that knot is attached, we can go ahead and do the second one, which will be a lot easier to do. So taking the second cord, bringing it up and over just like this. From behind it's going to come through the loop. And then we're repeating that twice with this cord. So just continue doing this with each cord, making sure to complete the knot twice on each cord. And continue doing it until you get to the end, so you have a nice long row like this. Now I'm just going to snip off the excess cords, and that's the first part done. So now I'm going to pick out the 4 cords on the left. So we're going to be working in groups of 4 cords. So now we're going to start our diamond pattern. So I'm taking this second cord here. We're going to angle it down towards the right at this diagonal angle. And then we're taking the third cord and we're going to create a double clove hitch knot. So again, bring the cord up, over, behind, through the loop. Pull it to the top to tighten it, and then repeat it again with this cord. And then complete the exact same knot with the 4th cord, so the last cord in this group. Just like that. So that's the first line done. So now we're going to create a line going down towards the left. So we're going to use this second cord here, angle it down towards the left, and use this first cord on the left to create a double clove hitch knot. So up, over, behind, through the loop, and make sure to repeat twice with this cord. Now that that's done, we're going to take this cord here and this cord here, so the 2 middle cords, and we're going to create one knot going down towards the right, and that will just complete this little diamond shape, so you'll see it start to form into a diamond, just like that. So that's the first diamond shape complete. So we can just put that to the side and then take out the next 4 cords and repeat the exact same steps. So we're taking the second cord, angling it towards the right, creating one line. And then we're taking the second cord again, but angling it towards the left, creating one knot. And then we take the 2 middle cords and create one knot going towards the right to finish the diamond shape, just like that. So now I'm just going to continue doing this, going the whole way along until you have 6 diamond shapes in total. So now we have our first row done, it's time to create an alternating row. So we're going to take out the first and the last 2 chords from this row and create the diamond shapes just like this, using the next 4 chords available. So for this second row, just make sure to leave a small gap in between this row and the first row, as you can see I'm doing here. You can really define the shapes, otherwise it will just kind of all blend into one and you won't get this definition of the checkerboard pattern. So just continue doing this. In this row you'll have 5 diamond shapes in total, as you leave out the first and the last 2 cords. So now that our second row is done, we're going to do the same as we did on the first row, so including the first and the last 2 cords. Also going to be remembering to leave a gap between this row and the second row. Now just continue this going the whole way along, and then we're going to just continue making alternating rows of this diamond pattern until we have 6 diamond rows in total. So just like this, so we have 6 rows here, and you can see some of the cords are getting quite short at the bottom, so it's a good time to stop. Now we're going to take the last 20 centimeter length of cord and we're going to create a line of double clove hitch knots just like we done at the start, just to finish it off, so when we cut the cords and fray them they won't undo and it will look nice and neat and even. So with the shorter cords it's a bit difficult to create the knot, so you can either persevere like what I'm doing here, or you could just push it to the back, ignore that one, move on to the next knot, and then once we're finished you could just glue it to the back or something just to make sure it's nice and neat and it doesn't get seen. But like you can see I've got a lot of short cords, but I just included them. Then we're going to just snip off the excess cords from that. And you can go ahead and slide your work off of your dowel or whatever you're using to hold the cords onto. And then just unravel the cords a bit. And now we just get to trim the fringe part, so you can obviously decide how long you want it. So I'm going to base it off of one of my shorter cords, so I'm going to go for about 1 inch or so 2.5 centimeters. But this is just a rough cut, and then once we comb it all out we'll do the final cut. So I'm just repeating that on the top with all the loops as well, just to make sure that they're nice and even. Just like this. Now I'm going to grab my wire brush. Obviously this is optional, but I really like the fluffy tassel look. And you can see the wire brush really does a great job of splitting all the cords apart really quickly, so I'll definitely have one linked below. I definitely recommend it to have in your macrame supplies, it's such a handy tool. Then I'm just taking my scissors, doing one final trim. And I just wanted to show you this is optional. If you didn't like these bits that stick out from the row of double clove hitch knots, you could take some glue and glue them to the back of your work like that, and then when you flip it over it'd be a much neater look, but I kind of like them so I just left them out. And that's the coaster complete. So I really hope you enjoyed this macrame coaster tutorial, and I'm looking forward to doing some more macrame coasters and even some macrame bowls if you would be interested. And if you do make this, please be sure to tag me on Instagram at LunaCraftOnline, because I would really love to see your creation and share it with everyone. You could even do this in different colours as well. I think that would really add to the checkerboard look, and I think it would look really, really cool. I also think this pattern would make a really nice table runner as well, so maybe in the future I'll try and figure out the lengths and measurements for that, and then that will be a video as well. If you could subscribe, like or comment, that would also really help me out, and thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it all, and I hope you have a lovely week. Bye!